So as y'all can see, I kind of chopped off the majority of my hair like Arabella. I'm trying to get used to it again because, yeah, I haven't had like the bald fade in a long time. Anywho, let's get into the episode. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm taking so long to catch up. I know episode 6 came on last night, but I'm going to try to catch up. So yeah, episode 5, it's titled, It Just Came Up. So we open the episode with Arabella and Italian Bae, and they're in the middle of intimacy, only to see that it was a flashback and she's currently in bed with Zane. You may know Zane as the creep who pulled off the condom during sex with Arabella. So they're still together right now. I'm wondering, like in the beginning of the episode, I was wondering what is the time frame right now between the last episode and this episode? Because throughout this entire scene, I'm just like, why is she with him? You know? So we see her doing yoga, and we remember that the therapist told her to do relaxing activities to cope with the stress. And we see that everything is good between her and Zane. So he goes to the shower and she's just scrolling through podcasts. Coincidentally, she scrolls through a podcast that's talking about secret condom removal. And as she's listening to the podcast, she's hearing that like all these terrible things like these men have done, like lying just to gaslight these individuals. So when she hears this, she's definitely assessing what happened to her. And she jets out his apartment. Like, she didn't put any other clothes on. She has his oversized shirt. She has her bra and panties, and she's barefoot. She's walking in the streets. Thankfully, she sees a nearby clothing store, and then she buys some pants and some combat boots. I'm actually digging this look. So next we see her at her hair appointment. Looks like she's getting rid of the pink wig that we're so used to. And she gets a call from her editor, and she's told that the head of publishing wants to meet her. Now during the phone call, she gets a call from her officer on her sexual assault case and asks her to come down to the station. So we fast forward, and she's at the police station with Terry and Kwame. And we see that she chopped all her hair off. And honestly, I'm loving it. Where are all these fucking cars going from? It's 7 a.m. I'm loving the short hair. Like, she really has like the bone structure and the facial features for no hair at all. So we find out they have results on her case. They say they found DNA that was on her clothing from that night. They say they found the suspect and he has been arrested. This is really all so much I can imagine for Arabella to hear. She also is told that Simon and his cousin, they're fully cooperating and they checked out. Now, the tricky part is they need the DNA from any of her consensual partners to eliminate from the sample that they found. So that means they need Italian Bae's sample. And she's like, well, I haven't told him. Terry just looks at her and just says, still? Arabella turns to her and says, no, Terry, sparkly. Now, at that part, I hollered because I'm just surprised that I'm laughing in this very serious scene. And what I love about this show is they are able to meticulously add humor in this show. And that's a fine line to walk. And that's just a testament to good-ass writing. Y'all listening, Insecure? It's some good-ass writing in this show. So yeah, there's some funny moments throughout this show, as well as like the serious moments, which I love the balance. So she assures the police officer that she's going to call him. They also make another joke that I can't really say the R word on here, y'all, because I don't want to take any chances on them, like, demonetizing the video. But yeah, she makes a little joke about R busters. I'm just like, whoo, okay. Now, she also asked the police officer about different forms of sexual assault because she didn't know that there were like just many different cases of it. And then she asks, is secret condom removal sexual assault? And she's like, absolutely. And the officer mentions to her, yeah, there's a lot of different cases of sexual assault, and the problem is people don't report it because they don't think it is. And it all begs the question, like, what is a crime and what's not a crime? And Kwame is hearing this, and, he's thinking about what happened to him in the previous episode. So as they leave the police station, we see Kwame Googling on his phone, is non-consensual humping a crime or a sexual assault or whatever? And that was the question that I had in episode 4, like what type of assault happened to Kwame, because we see that the guy, forced him down or whatever, but was it penetration? Was it like frottage? Now, I can't really explain to y'all what frottage is. Y'all gonna have to Google it. But yeah, I think either if it wasn't penetration, like it still was a sexual assault. Now, the next scene, we have Arabella's editors and the head of publishing waiting on her to get there. And I gotta say, like, with this scene, the nonverbal cues were flawless. So we see Arabella rushing up, arriving late. She meets the publisher, and she is just, like, so surprised. She's like, "Yo, Block! Yo, hi, Susie! You're Block!" Like, yeah, I mean, I'm guessing she just assumed that the head of publishing was a white woman. So she's very happy to see this. So Susie is asking, why haven't you finished like the draft? What's wrong? And as she's about to tell her, we see Zane walk in, and Arabella had no idea. Well, they each had no idea that the other was going to be there. And we get a little hint that Zane knows Susie's assistant. So she casually mentions that she went to the police station, and Susie's like, "Why?" And she says, "Well, I got sexually assaulted." And somehow, some way, like she said Zane's name at the table and was saying that he was her assaulter, but really she said afterward, "Oh, he's been such a great help." Like, she brilliantly put that in, but I'm guessing it was like a Freudian slip, because she does it again later in the episode. And Zane looks horrified, like he doesn't know what to do right now. And Susie says to her, "Well, I can't wait to read that story." And I'm just like, well, was that kind of inappropriate? Like, she just got assaulted like maybe a month or two ago, and you're expecting her to write about it. I don't know. Like, I was kind of just like, that was a little too pushy. So Susie wants Arabella to read some of her current work at a summit that's going on, and Zane will be reading his work as well. Now, Arabella asks, "Well, can I get a friend to read it?" And of course she means Terry. And I gotta say, whoever is playing Susie, she did a bomb-ass fucking job. Like, that whole scene, she basically stole that entire scene. I love the actress whoever played the head of publishing. So the next scene, we see Terry and Arabella doing yoga together. And pause, can I just say that I love Terry? Not only is, like, I just love her character, she reminds me of one of my good friends in New York. Looks like her essence just reminds me of my friend. And yeah, I won't say her name, but hey, I know you're watching. So yeah, Terry's excited to read the excerpt. And we see that Italian Babe calls her, and she's ignoring the call again. And she realizes that she's going to have to tell him at some point. So the next scene, we see Arabella and Zane painting together. Zane is wondering, why did she run out on him? And she just said, "Oh, I just forgot I had a meeting." And more importantly, he asked, "Why didn't you tell me about the assault?" And he's basically frustrated that she's like dodging the question. But then she answered him this time, and we know she has another Freudian slip, calling him a sexual assaulter. And she said she didn't tell him because she thought it might change them. Now, Zane looks, extremely nervous, and we all know why. Because he's a fucking asshole. A creepy fucking asshole. But for now, Arabella's just like, "Oh, it's fine, you've been such a good help." Next scene, we see Kwame going into the police station, and he's going to file a report on the guy that assaulted him in episode 4. So it's the night of the summit, and then Arabella is finally talking to Italian Babe on FaceTime. Now, I really didn't like how he was trying to tell her, "Oh, make sure you don't drink too much," or try to monitor her. So she finally starts to tell him what happened. She only gets to say that her drink was spiked, and he's just like, "Arabella, you need to watch your drink. Like, he immediately puts the blame on her. And she is just noticeably bothered by it, and she just ends the call immediately. I'm very disappointed in Italian Bae. I think I'm going to have to call him Biagio from now on, because he is no longer Bae, because he's a fucking asshole now too. So she goes back inside to tell Terry what happened. She said that she only got to tell him maybe 30% of the story. So we're back with Kwame at the precinct. He's being interviewed by this black male officer. We find out that Kwame's incident happened 3 weeks ago. So that means Arabella and Zane have been together for the past 3 weeks. Now, Kwame doesn't know the name of the guy, but he knows his address. But the police officer is kind of pressing him for a name, so he's like, oh, what was his grinder name? And of course, as a gay man, you don't want to tell somebody their grinder name, because you know it's going to be sexual. Like Big Dick 99 or I'm Horny 226, you know? So yeah, he's very hesitant to give the information to him. So yeah, he tells him the guy's screen name, and of course we get the judgmental look from the police officer. Lord, here we go with the victim shaming. Yeah, so the guy who's interviewing Kwame is getting more and more uncomfortable. He's like, oh, well, let me speak to my senior officer. So then before he leaves the room, he asks Kwame about, oh, well, were you penetrated or not? Because there's a difference between sexual assault and the R word, which, if you saw the Kwame scene, like, clearly it was the latter. So back to what I was saying earlier about what happened to Kwame. Like, regardless if it was like penetration or not, like, it should still qualify as, you know, as an assault. Yeah, so this officer is a fucking asshole. We see that basically this shines a light on when sexual assault happens to men and how it isn't really taken seriously. And this is why I'm pretty sure some men don't come forward for this. And Kwame, he just looks defeated and just regretful that he even came in to report this. So we're back at the summit, and we see that Zane brought his mom to this event. Susie's assistant comes and approaches Arabella, and they're talking, and she was asking, oh, well, are you guys dating? She's like, not really. And she was just like, oh, because I saw some subtext there. And she was like, well, there's a little subtext. And then Arabella asked her, well, I actually saw some subtext there with y'all too. And then she really, like, confirms it. And we see that Susie's assistant even hints at a certain situation happening to her as well as other women. And this definitely ignites some concern with Arabella. Like, basically, Susie's assistant just left her with that nugget of information to do what she wants with that. So yeah, it's tense right now. Like, Arabella definitely is not happy about that. We also see that Terry is getting more and more nervous as her reading is about to come up. So Arabella is, you know, completely pissed. We see Kwame is still in the fucking police station waiting on the officer to come back. We're back at the summit, and this scene is just getting more and more tense because you know something big is about to go down. So, oh God, these fucking sirens. So yeah, Arabella gets like another flashback of her assault happening, but this time we see that the assaulter's face is her. I'm guessing she's having this flashback because of what Biagio told her in the beginning, like how he's blaming her for her assault. Now, as they're about to go on stage, Arabella tells her what happened with Zane. Terry is still getting nervous, and Arabella looks like she has the eye of the tiger right now. Like, she's about to do something. So basically, Terry just says, I can't do it. I can't do it. Like, I'm sorry. Like, so Arabella is left to read her own excerpt. So she goes up to the stage, and yeah, first thing out the gate, Zane is a R word. And she goes on this whole tirade. Yes, like she is exposing him. Everyone is just floored and shocked. I'm just like, oh my God. Like, Zane is in shock. She's going over like everything, which is like sexual assault in this country. In this country, she uses like, I think she used the R word maybe 11 times. So Zane tries to jet out of there. The phones are already out. Like, he tries to go for the exit, but Terry comes up and blocks the exit. She's like, oh, no, you don't. I want you to feel it. Oh, I love me some Terry. I love her. She's a good friend. Ugh, so good. Like, I just love Terry. And I gotta say, this scene was just as hype the second time watching this. So we get back to Kwame, and then the officer finally gets back into the room, and he says, oh, well, we can't really do a DNA sample because it was consensual the first time y'all did it. So, yeah, Kwame's just like, can I go now? Can I just go? And officer, yeah, I can't keep you here. Yeah, this is why victims don't come forward, because of assholes like this and victim shaming. And yeah, Kwame really felt like it was just like a waste of time. So we see that Arabella's outing of Zane has gone viral over Twitter, etc. Terry is even like is it GIF or GIF? She's a GIF. She's a GIF. Whatever. Y'all correct me in the comments. So later we see that Arabella, she's at home and she's finally talking to Biagio about the incident, because I'm sure he got a call from the officers and he is pissed. He's basically more concerned about going into the precinct than actually what happened to Arabella. And he's blaming her. If you only watched her drink, this would have never happened. If you only would have watched her drink. And she's like, well, did I have to watch my drink when you gave me, and you're a fucking drug dealer? So yeah, he's more concerned about himself. I'm really disappointed that Italian Bae is a fucking asshole. Yeah, she tells him, never talk to me again, and she slams the computer. She's upset, as I expect her to be. Pretty sad. So then right afterward, she does like an Instagram selfie post, like maybe 2 or 3. You know, personally, I gotta do maybe 7, 8, or 20 to get the right selfie of me. Anywho, yeah, so when she posted, we see that, you know, she's getting so much support, and that clearly makes her feel better. And I guess we see a little heart come out her phone. I'm fine with it, whatever. And that's basically where the episode ends. I really enjoyed this episode. Is it just me, or these episodes are getting better and better? Like, I literally have no idea where this story is going to go. This is episode 5. We got 7 more episodes left. Like, where are we going to go with this? And this episode felt an hour long. Like, it's just crazy what this show does with their 29 to 30 minutes or whatever. Like, really, like, this is what I want from Insecure. Like, they really expand like the plot and the characters as much as they could with the time allotted. So yeah, I really loved how this episode, it really highlighted that there's like the complexities of sexual assault, victim blaming, as well as the humiliation of like male victims not coming forward. But yeah, stellar ep. I'm going to try to get to episode 6 this week. You know, I have some time. You know, give me some time, please. But yeah, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you thought about the episode. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye.